What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I hope you guys are all doing extremely well. It is time for another HPJ podcast. We're at podcast 15. Are you guys excited? Podcast 15. And there's a lot to talk about in podcast 15 today because we're going to talk about um, we're going to talk about Pokemon. We're going to talk about Sonic. We're talking about Mario Galaxy and some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. And we're also going to talk about Pac-Man as well. I think it's the first time I ever talked about Pac-Man, or the second time, because I did talk about me wanting to purchase Pac-Man World 2 Repack. So I'm very, very excited about all of that as well, and some other things to address too. But first thing to address is, uh, happy Halloween. Welcome to Hallows Eve. It is October 4th of 2024. And, 2025, not 2024, 2025. And I know many of you are very, 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 very excited for Spooky Month. Spooky Month, of course, as I'm referring to as Halloween, All Hallows Eve. And, they already started in these stores with the Halloween decorations, the Halloween costumes, this additional Halloween stuff. So, yeah, there's a lot going on with Halloween. And many people are very, 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 very excited about Halloween. Now, in addition to Halloween and the many glorious things, we're 10 months into 2025. Cannot believe that 2026 is almost here, and I'm sure many of you are very excited about 2026. Hopefully wishing you good fortunes before, New Year's drops. But, we still got Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all of that to go into. So, with that in total, what things are going on now? Well, we'll jump into the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff now. So, YCS Anaheim is already going. They're about to finish wrapping up day one, if I'm not mistaken. The live stream should be going on the Yu-Gi-Oh TCG, Twitch page and YouTube page, where they are live streaming the event there and having feature matches online. The other thing to talk about in the Yu-Gi-Oh presence is Yu-Gi-Oh Genesis. Many people are already talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh Genesis stuff now, and they are very, very excited. Anaheim is going to be the first event to have a Yu-Gi-Oh, the Yu-Gi-Oh Genesis format tournament at a major event, so they can see what decks are doing extremely well, how they're going to continue to format things later on, and pretty much they're just really excited about people wanting to play Yu-Gi-Oh Genesis. I am currently working on my Yu-Gi-Oh Genesis deck as we speak, as there are a lot of things for Harpie, it's a lot of major changes that I have to do, and when I look through the list itself, there are a lot of cards that I cannot play due to the changes of this Yu-Gi-Oh list. So there are a lot of extra deck monsters I cannot include, but there are some new ones that I will be giving a shot to. It definitely reminds me of a combination of multiple formats with Hat, and how cards are not limited, they are restricted due to their deck consumption, which is similar to a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh video games that, have come of yesteryear. And of course, you can always play them on Yu-Gi-Oh! The Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection and really get a feel of how things were going back in the day for some of those Yu-Gi-Oh players who were playing decks and building decks similar to that of what we played in our video games, and how we had to work around deck capacities and stuff like that, or even so much as a challenge mode. If you really wanted to challenge yourself and prove how really good you were at the game, you don't have to use the cheats. You can just play the game as normal and play through the game with all the conditions that the game itself already has. It's just a lot of people are smacking on the X9 or X10, all character unlock, all cards, all packs, all that unlock. So it makes it kind of a lot easier than what we'd have to do when we were younger, or not have to use a game shark. So, those things are going on. And if you're at YCS Anaheim, I guess I wish you the best of luck. I'm not a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player, so a lot of what's going on in Anaheim really won't affect me personally, but I do wish you all the best. Now, in later news of the, now that the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that I need to talk about was out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about all the Pokemon shenanigans that is going on. So, game GameStop and Pokemon Company have come out both with statements to address the situation going on with the Pokemon event that is currently running for, the global event that's going on right now, which is getting a specific code from your local video game selling store or your local location in which you're picking up video games. And they are, having some issues with that. So here in the U.S., if I think it's the U.S. specifically, we are not. A lot of us are not able to get codes. Why is that? Well, because unfortunately, scalpers are the reason why we cannot get codes. I don't know about Canada. I don't know about South America. I don't know much about Mexico and Central America. They probably are experiencing the same situations where GameStop, EB Games, and other locations that were listed in the lineup of the event for the Shiny Miraidon and Shiny Koraidon have been experiencing a lot of people who are not able to get the cards. These are supposed to be free cards that are distributed to a customer for free when going to your local GameStop, EB Games, or whatever selected store they had on the lineup. And the reason for this was to basically celebrate, I believe, another year of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and to give out some of the shinies, because at this point, I'm sure sooner or later we're going to see them talk about Pokemon Generation 9. Now, just side note, Legends ZA is coming out within a couple of weeks. I believe it's October 16th. So many people are going to be excited to play that game and be able to focus on, of course, the Generation games, the game that is bringing us back to Generation 6. Why not Gen 5? I don't know. Please don't ask me, because I don't have the answers for that either. But yeah, so according to Pokemon Company, they're really excited about the game, but they're also sorry about how things are going. In quotes, sorry. Because a lot of us, including myself, have basically said this should have been a mystery gift. It should not have been it should have been a mystery gift. It should have never went to GameStop or whatever deals they have with GameStop, because we all know for a fact scalpers like to flood GameStop, or GameStop employees get a little selfish, or they like to help their friends out and give them codes, and then they use the codes for free and all of that. So it's very, very unfortunate how this situation is handled, and a lot of PokeTubers have definitely been online saying how they're not liking the situation either. A lot of them have basically made videos of saying, let's contact Pokemon Company, let's contact GameStop, let's see what's going on. Because I remember a few weeks ago when the event started, I went myself to go get a shiny Koraidon, a code for the shiny legendary to put into the game. Because you only get one. It depends on which version you have. If you have Violet, you're getting a shiny Koraidon. If you're Scarlet, you're getting a shiny Miraidon to add to your game. And that also fills in your Pokedex for that game, as well as completing the Pokedex. Which, ironically enough, no, my Pokedex for Generation 9 is not complete in this base game, because I'm still missing Pokemon that were supposed to be featured, the Paradox Pokemon, and then a couple of version exclusives from Scarlet. So it is going to be very difficult for me to finish the game, but from my understanding, I will be able to obtain a multitude of games once I do such. So how is everything currently going within the game? Well, let's talk about it. There is an event currently going on for Pokemon Scarlet and for Pokemon Violet, which is the 7-star Terra Raids for the Mightiest Marks, which will feature, if you're in Scarlet, Roaring Moon, the prehistoric variant of Salamence, and if you're in Pokemon Scarlet, you're going to have the chance to battle against Iron Valiant, who is the futuristic Pokemon who is a combination of Gardevoir and Gallade, which is funny enough because they're in the same evolution line. So, if you're trying to get one of the Pokemon from the opposite version, unfortunately, there is issues with playing these Pokemon in the game, getting these events in the game, where players have also complained to Pokemon Company that, hey, I tried to look up this code, or I was using the Poke Portal to use the Terra battles to get the other versions exclusive, and I can't find those version exclusives, as well as the 5-star Terra Raid event that's going on simultaneously, where all the Pokemon of your respective game, Scarlet or Violet, their Paradox variant Pokemon, are also in the game as 5-star Terra Raid events that you can go and you can battle them and get them. But you cannot find any of the opposite version game. The only way you can find the opposite version game check is for other Pokemon that are not the Paradox Pokemon. And Pokemon Company also had, like I said, in the thing they had to address with that was, we're very sorry for what's going on. We are trying to fix the issue, and we will get to you at a later date on if things have progressed and what we're going to do about it. Which is basically short term for, we kind of didn't know what was going on and it fucked up on us, so we're trying to fix it now so that you guys don't get mad at us even more, even though you're already mad at us. So because of this whole situation now, they're trying to look back and see if they can figure out what things they can follow up with in terms of fixing the problems with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in terms of Terra Raid. So basically, to explain it to you is that if you have Scarlet version and you want Pokemon from Violet version, you normally use the Poke Portal, or you have a friend that has the other game and you guys, team up, or you go to the Poke Portal into the Terra Raid battles, and you select one of the 8 Pokemon. Normally, it's 8 Pokemon. It's from any version of the game. It's either Scarlet or Violet, and it can be from the Blueberry Academy DLC, the Indigo Mask DLC, or from, the Teal Mask DLC, or from the, from the base game, and any events from Scarlet or Violet, which means you can also get version exclusives through this Terra Raid event, these Terra Raid battles. But the bug basically keeps you out from Violet or Scarlet exclusive Pokemon that are the Paradoxes. So if you're trying to look for the futuristic version Pokemon in Scarlet, you won't be able to find them because for whatever reason, Pokemon Company locked you out, and vice versa. For those who are in Violet looking for prehistoric Pokemon, the Paradox Pokemon of the prehistoric era in Pokemon Scarlet. So yeah, it really, really sucks. So they're trying to, quote, fix the issue, but it's one of those, we gotta give it time and hopefully things get better situation. Because the event does come back next weekend from, I believe it's the 10th or 11th into the 14th, because the 14th is a holiday here in the U.S. for us. So, yeah, they're trying to figure that out and see how things are working. Outside of that, really much just dealing with those issues have been very, very stressful, especially for me, because I need a couple of Pokemon from Scarlet version. I need the Sandy Shocks, which I don't have, and I need Skunky and Skunk Tank, and then Scrippy as well. And then I need a Koraidon as well. So I need 5 Pokemon to finish out my Pokedex in the base game for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Once I'm done, then I can go get my Shiny Charm, and then bam, that's it. I really don't care about the Indigo Disc, completing that Pokedex, and I do not care about completing the Blueberry Academy Pokedex, because I heard the rewards aren't really much different than what I would have gotten. It's just another one of those certificates, and hey, bam, you got one of these. So, yeah, and I'm not really in particular for Legends ZA, so the game itself really isn't interesting to me. It's nice to see a lot of Pokemon who didn't get a Mega, but I really just am more waiting for Generation 9. I didn't play Pokemon, what was it? I didn't play Pokemon Legends Arceus, the other video game. I didn't play that. And then I didn't play a couple other things as well for the series in terms of like many side games. I didn't really touch on a lot of the side games for Pokemon Scarlet. I mean, for Pokemon. Outside of maybe Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, Pokemon Coliseum. I never played Battle Revolution, which sucks because it looks really fun. And it's Gen 4. I did play Pokemon Conquest, what is it? The Destiny the Dynasty Warriors variation of Pokemon. Of course, I played the MOBAs. I played the Pokemon game on mobile, Pokemon Dash, Pokemon Troze, which RIP Pokemon Troze, and then the Pokemon. Did I play Pokemon Dash? No, I didn't play Pokemon Dash. Oh, I did play Pokemon Unite. I still have an account for Pokemon Unite, and I don't play it as much because I got really bored after it's just League of Legends with Pokemon. And then they keep adding more Pokemon. I mean, it's no different from League of Legends. And then I normally just play, I don't even play League of Legends like I normally do either. So there's probably a lot of freebies I'm missing out on League of Legends in terms of logging in. But I log in, I played a game or two if I didn't get sleepy, and then that was pretty much it. So there really wasn't much there to really be like, yeah, look, happy, joy. So, yeah, that's the Pokemon portion of this, because I will be honest with you, I really did not care too much outside of what we already had in terms of it. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this off and then switch into the, I'm going to switch over to the live stream music, because now we're going to go take a talk about Mr. Sonic the Hedgehog, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get some Sonic music playing. Because that's what we're going to be listening to now. Here, we're going to listen to the Genesis version of Meteor Head. While we talk about some of the news for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. So Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is now a week old, and everybody is excited is playing this game and is very, very happy. Unfortunately, you guys, I won't be able to play it until either sometime around the 15th because money. And I cannot wait to get my hands on this game. I know the first event is currently going on, and that's for Miss Hatsune Miku. And I think it's just like additional stuff from the Vocaloid series. So from what I've been told, I'm not missing out on too many things. Just some decals and some extra costumes. But it's Miku. So I'm pretty sure with the season pass, you'll be able to get it again and again. But shout outs to, everyone who's playing Pokemon, who's playing the Sonic game. Okay, my headphones wanted to die. Were my headphones not charging? I have no idea what's going on with my headphones, but apparently they're saying that they're not charged. So, okay, whatever, it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with the reviews, actually. A lot of people are praising Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, giving it 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. I've seen some 9.5, and a lot of people are just really enjoying it. The customizations, the ability to play characters, the shit talking the characters do when they're, with the rivals. It's just really, really fun. It's really, really good. The levels look amazing. The graphics are beautiful. The cross-play, yes, there's cross-play in a Sonic game. A racing game that's having cross-play. Oh my god, 2025, thank you. And people are just enjoying themselves and they're having fun, which is the most important part. So, what's the big deal right now? Well, people are talking about the comparison between Sonic Racing Cross World and Mario Kart Tour. And I will be very honest with everyone. I'm going to say this and be very blunt. It's a rare occasion where Mario, whole franchise lineup is, a lot of the times the really good kart game or the really good Mario Party. So it didn't really shock me where people said, damn, this was actually, a rare occasion where Sonic's beating Mario and at racing of all things, So, a lot of people would say, what was the whole ordeal? What really, started this beef? Well, the beef isn't really a beef of just things going on in the 90s. It was just, Sonic and Mario are having their typical banter. And it's crazy because it's not the companies, it's just the fans. But from what I've been hearing, one of the Sonic commercials was talking bad about Mario Boy. So, I mean, did they lie? No, because what was being told? Okay, well, let's talk about it. So, Mario Kart World has a lot of issues that they're trying to apparently resolve now. But I agree with a lot of other people. You had this game be your starting point for your new system. You failed to thankfully, Sonic Racing Crossroads didn't come out the same month as, you know, Mario Kart World, or come out literally between the month span, because that's kind of this unfortunate situation that happened with Team Sonic Racing and Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. Was everybody was excited for both of these games, or both respective fan bases were excited, and then those who started to play one game said, "Wow, man, the other one feels a lot better than this one." And that's saying a lot too. Now, the only thing I will disagree with is IGN gave Team Sonic Racing an 8.5, but gave Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled a 8. And I feel like that should have been an 8.5, or at least a 9 in my opinion, because it did everything. The only thing that I will say, yes, not telling us about the microtransactions that were coming on later to get the Wampa coins was a bad move. Outside of that, I think everything else of the game was perfectly fine, because it was just the same as, the original game. Except for it added more stages, more characters. It had 6 months worth of content that they were just booming out. Beatnock was doing an amazing job of keeping the franchise together. And, even with the Rillaroo situation, they gave us they gave us OG Rillaroo. We haven't seen OG Rillaroo in decades. So it's nice to see OG Rillaroo instead of whatever they wanted to do with the new Rillaroo, which was Uru. So, and shout outs to Beatnock for their, support and helping out us, because we really love a Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel for Steam. Everybody would. I think the issue would then be, how do you deal with the microtransactions? Because, Steam accounts are going to be going crazy with people buying Wampa coins. Because that's kind of how Nintendo, PlayStation, and all the others were dealing with the situations in terms of, the Wampa coins and dealing with the Wampa coins and stuff like that. So, it was definitely a lot. So, the Mario situation is basically, people have said, has Sonic beaten Mario in the racing games scenario with 2025? Did Sonic Racing Crossworlds beat out beat out Mario Kart World? I mean, it's still debatable, but I'll be on the side of Sonic and say yeah, because I had more fun playing the demo and the worldwide open thing for Sonic Racing Crossworlds than I did playing the Mario Kart at World at the kiosk over there at Target. And I'll be very honest with you, it wasn't fun. Like, it was still just, the AIs are a lot harder, the steering and stuff is a lot different. I mean, it's cute, but cute can only get you so far. So watching, observing, and interacting with a lot of that definitely did, not really help the situation. But, I have to agree with a lot of people. I wasn't too thrilled with Mario Kart World. It looks nice, don't get me wrong. And it's nice to see that the enemies becoming playable characters, but it definitely needs some DLC to really get it going. And mind you, they did say there was DLC coming, but we haven't seen anything. You had a direct a few weeks ago for Mario's 40th anniversary. And the only thing that Nintendo talked about was Mario Galaxy, in terms of things that were going on. And then we got a Fire Emblem game, which, okay, fine, whatever, Fire Emblem. And then right around the time Sonic Racing Crossworlds came out, they decided to drop some updates for Mario Kart World, which were basically to fix the issues with the knockout toys, that you can join your friends when they're in a knockout tour or they're playing a knockout tour. And then the other was fixing some of the bugs, fixing some of the issues during the races, and then there were some other things that they wanted to fix as well that they ended up doing. Was it enough to get people to really go back to it? Not really, because most of the Mario Kart players that I've seen have been jumping on Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Now it could just be because of the fact that the game is coming out, and oh man, we haven't had a good Sonic Racing game in 5 years, which is technically true. We haven't had one in 5 years. That's been really good. So, not sorry, I have to agree with the critics at this one. Team Sonic Racing did flop. It really did. And one of the biggest flops that it had was dealing with controls, level layout, and some of the soundtrack was not up to par. I'm sorry, I have to call a spade a spade. If your soundtrack is not up to par, Sonic Team, you gotta call it out. And it wasn't. Planet Wisp has great music. Why you did not make a remix of Planet Wisp music? There was the desert level, the haunted level, the haunted clock stage that had a lot of set pieces from Hang Castle remix. I'm kind of feeling the same way about Sonic Racing Crossworlds, where Water Palace is in the game, but there's no Water Palace remix. It's just this really bland remix of a water level. Ocean Palace from Sonic Heroes is there, but it's the Super Sonic Racing version that was used in Sonic Racing All-Stars Transformed. So you guys just couldn't ask June to remix one of the stages he done a remix to? I don't understand that. And then what made me even more mad was that the Pumpkin Hill level, you couldn't get a Pumpkin Hill remix. You couldn't do a Pumpkin Hill instrumental. Come on, tell me, Otani. I know you're there. Mr. Otani, you can do a remix. You just don't want to do a remix, huh? I'm sure you could have found somebody who could have helped you with the remix. Come on now. It just makes no sense. So, yeah, I was really bummed about those portion of things, but everything else is pretty much fine. We got all these racers lined up. We got all these games. We got all these different tracks that are there, and they have a whole bunch of game modes. And with the DLC characters coming from various franchises, they're also going to have their own DLC tracks and stuff. So it's going to be really, really fun to experience that. And I can't wait to see what other characters are going to add. So far it's Pac-Man, Sonic, Mega Man. Then it's Yakuza, the guy from Yakuza. I can't remember his name. I think it's Kiritobu. Yeah, I think that's it. Someone will tell me in the comment section. Hatsune Miku, Joker from Persona 5, SpongeBob and Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants, Alex and Steve from Minecraft, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, this is just a smorgasbord of characters coming. And they said there's more to come with the Season Pass. So I want to spend the $70 to get the Season Pass version, the bundle version of Sonic Racing Crossworlds, so that I can have all of that. Because that looks really, really fun. And then on top of that, speaking of Pac-Man, let's talk about the Yellow Crusader. As Waka Waka Pac-Man is entering in the scene with Pac-Man World 2 repacked. And I've heard good things about that too. There are subtle changes that I have seen through the previews, but I really want to experience it myself, and I cannot wait because I did play Pac-Man World 2 on my GameCube when I was younger, and I definitely want to experience that game over again. So I'm definitely going to take a look at that as well, and I cannot wait to take a look at Pac-Man World 2. It looks gorgeous, and it's going to have DLC from the Sonic series. Green Hill's going to be featured in it. There's going to be an outfit for Pac-Man to wear where he does his rev roll. It's going to make him look like Sonic doing the spin dash, so that's going to be really cool. There's going to be some other new things as well. I cannot wait to see how this game turns out in all of its additional nuances, because it's going to be really, really fun. So I've heard good things about it, and I can't wait to experience it myself. I heard there's some changes to some of the bosses as well, but let's see how they look first. I'll give it that. I want to see how they look first, and then I'll give my judgment. Outside of that, what other things is there to talk about? Oh, let's talk about Mario. We got to go back to Mario. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 have been officially re-released on the Switch and Switch 2. There is additional content for Rosalina's book. If you want to know more about the history of Miss Rosalina, the goddess and the protector of the stars in the Luma. There I don't have an interest in the Switch 2 version of Mario Galaxy 2. I would just want to pick up Mario Galaxy 2, which I heard is about $40 on its own. But if you bundle it with Mario Galaxy 1, it's $75.99, which that is a steep for a game that's already been re-released. And buying it separately, I might as well buy it separately. Because what is the point of me buying the bundle just to see some additional cutscenes for Rosalina just sitting there on her butt, having a reminiscence of her past? Is he going to bring more lore to Rosalina? Alright, fine. But I'm sorry, I'm just not that interested in it. You know, it's kind of similar to how they did, what was it? Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Which I believe Bowser's Fury was what, $10 to $15 GOC added on to the original. I think, because I didn't have to pay that much for Mario Mario 3D World. I did get Rosalina. I did go that far to getting Rosalina, but I'm not completing the game in terms of getting all the characters and all the gold stars and getting to Challenge World. I'm not doing all of that. I'm good. So, yeah, like I said, I enjoyed what was coming from Mario Galaxy 2, but the bundle is not worth it. It's not. Even if you knocked off $5 for basically two $40 games, you should have made these games at least $30, because they're remakes. You're just adding additional cutscenes. From what I've heard, there's no additional differences between the original Mario Galaxy 2, and Mario Galaxy 2 here on the Switch and Switch 2. So it really is just crazy. And mind you, Mario Galaxy 2 is officially 15 years old as of May 23rd of 2025. Because the game was initially released back in May 23rd of 2010. So it's only a couple of years after Mario Galaxy 1 was released. Which makes you question, when did Rosalina make her appearance in Brawl? Oh no, she wasn't in Brawl. She was in Smash. She was in Smash 4. Okay, so that makes sense. But still, whole Shura, I honestly think they could have done better with it. And a lot of people were complaining about that too. I remember when Blaze Henry 1 talked about his experience, when he looked it up, and how they were like really trying to overprice ports in the name of Mario. I was like, alright, I'm done. Better hope that Mario Galaxy movie is going to do extremely well, because it's there, but it's really just, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have much hope for it. Will I go see it? Yeah, I do still need to watch Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I really need to now at this point. Because with 4 coming around in 2 years, I really need to watch 3. Other news, if there is much news, it's not really much. I'm working on my Genesis deck for Harpie, if you guys want to know about that. Digimon is getting ready to have its pre-release for, what is it, Hacker's Slumber in a few weeks, which I need to actually contact my locals to see if they're going to do an event that week. For it. If they are, I'll save a couple of dollars to do it. Maybe I might go to 2. Games of Berkeley is having an event, so I might go there and then turn around and go to the one over at what is that? Destined Fantasy Games. So I at least have 2 options. And luckily this time, hopefully I won't catch COVID in the process. Jesus Christ, that was a mess. Outside of that, and other, global bullshit, they did have their most recent online regionals for, I'll just say Sonic, for Digimon. I don't know who won because I wasn't paying that much attention, nor did I care. And like I said, I'm just waiting for Slumber to come out. We did see the trailer video that Bandai released, which is really, really cool. It featured, of course, all the members of the hacker group from Hacker's Memory, their Digimon partners. Takemi was actually featured as well, with him and a couple of his partner Digimon. There's going to be some more Royal Knights. There's going to be Idrisel is getting, back into the game. There's just a whole lot of stuff. But the big thing for me was Mastemon, because now there's going to be another alt art for Mastemon from this game. And she's going to have a gold picture now. It's going to be her face with the images of Angelomon and Lady Devimon in the back. Like gold pics in gold art. It's really, really gorgeous. And it's probably going to be like $300 and something. So I wouldn't be surprised there. But I'm very, very nice to see it. I really just want a regular Mastemon from the set. And I still got to figure out how I'm going to get the promo version from BT21. Because that's almost like $60. So thanks, guys. Waifu taxes. It's like the Mirai situation all over again. Oh, I cannot wait for March to get here so I can pick up those Mirai from that special box. I just really cannot wait. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of that. Then, really not much like worldwide. Oh, yeah, there is something I want to talk about. Because that clown. I guess I'm stepping into this territory of the sex worker industry. Because I haven't posted about it, but Austin Wolf, he's in the sexual industry, if you will, and he got sentenced to 19 years for some things that I cannot talk about on my channel, but the community has been talking about it, and they're not happy with him just getting 19 years. They felt he needs more, especially with a lot of the things that you can look it up. It's public record of what he's done, because it's disgusting, and he should have got a life sentence. No bail, no parole, nothing. And it's disgusting how they're treating this whole situation. But then again, this is the country that wanted to sit here and vote a president who did almost the exact same thing and more, and even worse. So it's just disgusting how everything is being handled. I try to not be so political, but I gotta just be honest with my fans and with everything. And I don't like the Austin Wolf situation at all. I think he and all the people associated with him and all the people that he's worked with that are okay with what he's done needs to be thrown into jail as well. It's really disgusting. And I can't talk about it here, but I can talk about it on my Instagram. I can talk about it on my Twitter. Well, that's my personal Twitter, but I can talk about it on my Instagram. But it's very much disgusting too. So I'd have to sugarcoat it there. But not happy about it, very disgusting. Is there any other news we can talk about outside of that? No, not really. Well, I guess it's going to be a really short one, just, me dropping the Austin Wolf thing and how disgusted I am about it. Shout outs to Nico's Aesthetics for informing us on what's going on with that. And if you have never watched Nico's Aesthetics and you're part, in the community, you want, some knowledge about what's going on, more so for the black and brown community as well. Nico's Aesthetics is someone I highly recommend. And outside of that, there's really not much else to really talk about. Wow, this is going to be a very short video. Any future plans for this guy? Yes, so BT23, the Hacker Slumber, I want to do some videos on that. I'm going to try to see what's going on with some of my cards that I'm still waiting for from my previous purchases. Because there's a bunch of cards that I still want to get, but my cart got cleared out from TCG Player. So I might have to hit up Jensen and DFG for some more cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! And from Digimon. More so of just Yu-Gi-Oh! I know I did say I wanted to do a review for the Guardians of the Vortex structure deck. Was that 20? No, 18. Structure deck 8. Starter deck 18. So I want to do that. I want to go pick up another battle walks as well, so I can have all those cars, and then some more cars for Sinjali Mom and stuff too. It's very, very hard to build these, decks where you need to buy multiple things to get multiple things to make sure these things work. But it's a living. Someone has to do it. It's not easy though, but someone has to. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to. I'm also looking forward to the November release of the 3-in-1 structure decks for Kiza, Crow, and Yusei. But they haven't really talked much about that. If anybody knows that they, outside of the box that was released, that looks gorgeous as hell, it's the Kiza, Crow, and Yusei on all sides with the dragons and the 5-signer, the Crimson Dragon as well. This looks very gorgeous. You can never believe it was actually something produced by Konami. But, yeah, it's going to be a thing. So, I cannot wait for it. And outside of that, that's pretty much it, what I'm doing. I am going to focus on Genesis decks too. So if you guys are interested in seeing me do some Genesis decks, let me know. I already have a list online of what I'm going to be looking into for the Genesis format. And currently, right now, I'm working on Harpie, which has not been easy because everybody wants me to do the 100 CP limit, which I'm trying to do, guys. It's not easy. There's a lot of cards I have to cut out. There's a lot of cards I have to use, and it's a hot mess. So work with me, alright? Work with me. So with that said and done, you guys are going to go ahead and end the recording for session 15 of the HPJ Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel as it helps out tremendously. Hit the notification bell to be informed when I upload more of my content. My social media links are in the description box below. And with that said and done, thanks everyone for watching. Your boy, HPJ, signing out. Take care.